Halito, here we are, another little adventure, another hike. And this one actually is because of a funny story that happened, I guess the beginning of this year. So I am out looking for a location that I found earlier this year out here, Bear Creek Park. We got some deer out there. Yeah, I was on a website called Historic Arrows. It's a website that has survey maps and other government papers that are sort of archived, and you can look at them and you'll see how places have changed over the years. Well, that's cool. That's an old bottle. I don't know what kind that is. Cool. Yeah, you're around people when you find these little kind of old bottles. Anyway, I was on a website, historicareals.com, and I was looking at Bear Creek Park. I was looking at the 1950s and some of the earlier survey maps. And this one little area sort of caught my eye. It looked like there was someone had dug a large pond. A lot of times people have cattle ranches. They will dig a pond and fill it full of water, or put a windmill or put a pump near it, and keep it full of water. And that way they can water their flocks, their cattle and everything. So anyway, I was out here and I was looking, and I saw a pretty good sized pond. I was like, okay, cool. I can do some little fishing out here. It's a pond that's probably middle of nowhere. No one goes to anymore, because this is, if you can see, this is pretty much nothing out here except me and the critters. So anyway, it's sort of a funny story actually. So I saw that pond. And I said, okay, I figured no one's been out here in who knows how many years. Let me go out there and try to find that pond. So I set out one morning and I started to just hiking the direction of the pond. I mean, all you really need is a compass and a way to go, direction to go. What really sucks out here is everything out here has thorns. I mean, I'm looking at bushes. And right now, I should wear long pants instead of shorts. But yeah, anyway. And so I started hiking out here, my way through the woods. And when I finally got to this pond, I was extremely disappointed. And yeah, tell you what, when I get there, I want to show you exactly how disappointed I was. So this pond was about 150 feet across. It looked like, from the maps, it looked like a pretty good sized pond. Now here's a little bit of wisdom. When you see an aerial photo from 1950s showing a pond there, and you go to the survey maps, and the survey maps doesn't show a pond, there's a problem. Something's not jiving. So yeah, let me. I think I'm getting close. I do see. I don't know if you can pick it up with the camera. There's actually a clearing out there. I can sort of, from my eyes, I can see there's a large chunk of area with no trees coming out of it. So I think I'm pretty close. Yeah, this is kind of cool. This is an old bridge, old wooden bridge. It's hard to tell, but there's a ditch running that way, and a ditch running, the ditch running both ways. Used to be an old road here. Now it's all just overgrown. But I came across this old bridge. There's big old timbers on it. Usually when the timbers are that big, that means it was meant to be driven on. Yeah, some big timbers. And if it's meant to be driven on, then the big question is, if the road is behind me, they were driving in that direction, so what's that direction? Wow, a big cedar tree. It's pretty. So yeah, I think I'll come back here one of these days and come back to this bridge if I can find it, and walk that direction and see what's there. It could be an old barn. It could be a I don't know, it could be an old house foundation or who knows, maybe another pond or something. Windmill, who knows. Out here, there was about I don't know, about 3 or 4 windmills out here, and can't. Over the years, people have stolen the windmills for souvenirs or scrap metal, and leaving the foundations behind and the pipe coming out of the ground. So, yeah, I want to go one of these days soon. I might head back out here and walk that direction, which is north. Actually, almost straight north. Yep. So for about a half a day of hiking, I came to my little pond I thought was a pond, and this is what I came across. It was just a large patch of this weird black sand. In the old aerial photos, they were black and white. It looked like this was a pond, like a stock pond you see on cattle ranches, and it turned out it wasn't. So it was disappointing, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of operation. When I see this sand, the first thing I think is they were sandblasting out here. And but then when I start looking around, it looks more like I don't know, a cattle operation going on here or something. Or some kind of ranch, hog farm, something agricultural going on. These were the pens. Used to be a water trough. I figured those were water troughs too at one time. Kind of surprised that this old corrugated iron still here. A lot of times during the rainstorms, like during Harvey, this was all submerged. But yeah, I was disappointed. Now there is another little pond out here that's pretty cool. It's a pond. I've been there. I think I'm gonna after I leave here, I'm gonna head there because it has a real cheesy backstory and sort of an urban legend attached to it. And it doesn't help that you can look on Google Maps and actually see it from Google Maps. And that Google Maps actually sort of helps you, helps that urban legend sort of get backed up and turn into reality. But yeah, it is a strange thing because like what I'm standing right now is just that dead grass and stuff. But beneath that is that, like here's more there. It's just the whole area is covered in that black sand. And it is really, really bizarre. That was that big old beam. Old refrigerator. More piles of black sand. And that could have been sandblasting out here. There was an operation I used to do security for up by Hobby Airport. They did a lot of scaffold work on things. They'll bring things in and have them like pressure vessels and other things and have them sandblasted and repainted. And they were a professional sandblasting operation, and they didn't have that much sand piled up. They had one little area that they had sand, and yeah, it wasn't piles and piles and piles. These look like old water troughs. So there's definitely some agricultural stuff going on here. Just don't know if it was cattle or hogs or what. This one's actually sitting on a concrete foundation, actually. Yeah, that's the coolest thing. That was I guess a tree that got around a vine, and it sort of just twisted itself into a twist. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is a foundation of some sort. It's hard to show the size of it, but it almost goes to almost like right, shoot. It's like right there all the way down. Some kind of drain or a little ditch or gully or something. I think right here is an old driveway. Yeah, I think this is a driveway right here. Just the way it looks and how it's cleared. I don't feel concrete. Old beer bottle. I don't feel concrete, but right there in front of me that's Eldridge. And this is definitely yeah, some kind of, it looks like more of that black sand, actually. And the drive would have emptied out right there onto Eldridge. There's another trough, probably a 55-gallon drum that someone turned into a little trough or a feed bin or something. Yeah, probably more likely. There's probably a lot more stuff out here that I'm not even seeing. I think if I came wintertime and all this brush on the ground is gone, it's probably easier to spot things. I'm sure there probably was a house out here at one time, so there's probably foundations out here that are just probably just blocks sticking out of the ground about a foot high. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing them. All right, head out of here. I want to stop by another little location. I was on the way. I gotta head west and then head north. That's about oh no, about a mile from here, I think, ish. All right. Now on the way back, there's a place I might stop by. It's sort of on the way back anyway. There's a story out here. This has a lot of legends and lore. There's a story of a church that used to be out here, and I guess the church was demonic, or I don't know. Usually something always demonic is in the story. Anyway, church is out here. The church burned down. When the church burned down, it actually created the imprint of an upside down cross in the ground that's like 100 feet wide and 100 feet long and all that kind of stuff. So I want to try to get to that location and actually tell you the true story behind this upside down cross and burnt down church and everything. Ain't that the coolest thing you ever saw? Yeah, I wonder what happened. Probably something when I was really young, something probably split it or cut the top off, or Who knows? But yeah, there's a clearing. You can't see in the camera. There's a clearing right there. I think that's where it is. I think. Yeah, it's hard to make out on camera. But there's a big hole there, a big hole there, and one over there. On the survey maps that or the website I look at, historic aerials, these on this video are the same as this in the photo right here. So here we are. This is the upside down cross. It's hard to make it out from here. But this is the southern end of the cross right here. And there's the western little open area and the eastern sort of open area. Usually just be full of water, but since we're having this nice drought here in Texas, we've had some rain, not enough rain to keep this stuff filled up. Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell the true story about this upside down demonic cross from the church that burned down. There was another church over here. Addicts originally had a church, and when the reservoir was created, they literally picked the church up and they moved that church over by, I guess it's Highway 6 and just north of I-10. But they used to have cattle out here, and a farmer got smart, sort of, kind of. He had 4 fields, and for whatever reason, maybe it was different breeds or different kind of livestock, don't know. But he had 4 fields, and instead of digging 4 different stock ponds, the whole water so that cows can drink, he chose to dig one big one in the middle. Here we are now. We're at the cross part. Here's heading south. That's heading west. That's another cross part. That's the rest of this one here. And right here is the other one heading that way. So yeah, we're right there, center of the cross, right here, which is not a cross actually. But yeah, so he dug one big lake with big pond, and he piled the dirt up in the center and that little cross, and then put the fence line in the center of the pond. So instead of digging 4 lakes, 4 small ponds for 4 fenced-in areas, he dug one big one and just simply put the fence across the pond, turning the pond into 4 little sections for each side of the fence. So kind of smart. But yeah, the lore, when people look at it from Google Maps, and this is how it looks in Google Maps. The lore is, yeah, this is an upside down cross, and a lot of people who like to do a lot of exploration, urban exploration, the first thing they think is, they know that the church used to be out here. I guess they don't Google enough to find out the church moved, but yeah, they created a story years ago that the church burned down right here. When the church burned down, it created an upside down cross because the church was some kind of demonic church of the devil or something weird like that. But yeah, this is actually inside the what would it be? It'd be northeast part of the pond. So I'm trying to get a good angle so I even explain what I'm talking about. I'm probably making no sense. So this would be one pasture here. This is the pond for one pasture. Then there'll be a fence line running up right here, and then it'll turn and run that way. So now this part of the pond here services the cattle over here, and then we have a piece of land going that way and one going across that way. So almost like getting a pie. Imagine a pie is the pond, and you cut that pie 4 ways in 4 slices, and each slice you give to one group of cattle, basically. If that makes any sense. So yeah, that's the and actually right here we're in the center of the thing. And it used to be years ago there was actually I could see old fence posts running through here. So I know this is probably a fence line running through. And right here where I'm standing right here was crisscrossed of where they went. And I don't see one. I know for a long time ago there was a tent out here. Someone was camping. I guess one of those dare things. One of those things where I dare you to camp out one night in the middle of the demonic cross in the woods. So, and this is out here pretty much. I mean, it's pretty far out here, and it took me a little bit of hiking and hoofing it to get out here. But yeah, I can see some poor people leave their garbage. But yeah, people have been probably. I would imagine there's probably kids doing the challenge. Yeah, out there I see that's the other half of the other quarter of the pond out there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's the history of it. Now there used to be and I can't find it. I'm surprised I didn't find it walking up into it. There was a windmill out here, and all that's left. Someone stole the windmill, either for scrap metal or for a souvenir. All that's left is a 4x4 foot concrete slab with a 4-inch, iron pipe coming out about 3 feet. And yeah, I didn't see that actually. I don't see it nowhere. So it's probably out here. Just I don't know. I'm probably missing it, or it's probably just blending in with the other stuff. So, yep, this is the fabled upside down cross, middle of the woods. Oh wow, almost 7 mile round trip. That's crazy.